I think we can all agree that AI nowadays writes all the code, but you still need to understand the system, you still need to understand the language. So for this video I want to show you what I have built. Basically it's just a dashboard for a Go learning project where I'm going through the topics that I don't know in Go right now, for example Go routines, and I want to show you how I used Claude Code for that to help me learn patterns in Golang in general. So basically what we want to have in a specific project like that is to have Claude Code, because we will talk with the LLM, right? And because now we have the Claude Code, now we want to instruct it when we ask a question, that question has to go into the dashboard, and then when he answers the question, that answer has to go into the dashboard again. So with that, we didn't do any hooks or something, we didn't do any script on that. And by the way, if you are interested to know more about hooks, I will make probably a video about that in the near future. But in general, for this project, we didn't have anything with the hooks. We just had a CloudMD file where we instructed him when we ask a question, then he gives us the answers. Both of them has to go into the dashboard. So with that, we have an arrow which goes to here, then here. And then on that we have just ask, or we can just say question, and then on that we can just say answer. And on this dashboard, it's basically a simple dashboard where we wanted to log those questions and answers and have them on the same ID. So basically they are on the same topic, I would say, or on the same, basically when you have a question, you want to have an answer, right? So you want to have both of them on the same ID of the specific question you have asked. I don't know exactly how to explain that better than that. But basically you have the question and answer, and then we have this backend, which is written in Go as well, where what it does, it has to basically go into, it has to log those things and save them into a database. So I'll just say here save, or we can be more specific when we talk about the databases, insert. And then now we have all the flow. Now we want to show that into a dashboard. So now we have this dashboard here, dashboard, and then we just want to be able to fetch the questions and answers from the backend to our dashboard. And if you think right now about the diagram, there is something that is missing. When we talk about LLMs in general, we can also instruct them to call APIs in general, but most of the things, or most of the times, you would use an MCP for that. So basically what is missing from this diagram, it's actually the MCP. If we actually drag this one a bit on the left, and then we'll just take the arrows, and then we can just do one more rectangle and then write MCP. This one was also written with Go, because it's the reason why I'm writing everything with Go right now. It's because it's so easy to, first of all, create it with Claude Code, instruct him to what we want to create, and then also it's easy to build in general. You don't have to have a lot of packages, a lot of things installed. You can have it in your Windows machine, then export it inside the macOS, and it's so easy in general to write a Go project. So I'll just put it here, and then this one goes from the MCP to the dashboard directly. So basically we don't have any HTTP or any communication like that, direct communication or indirect communication here. We just have it as a package. So both of them are in the same package in Golang. Just one of them is an MCP, which will be started on a different port. The Go will be started on a different port as well, and the dashboard as well. So basically we have here one project. I'll show you in a bit. And here we can just say call function. Easy peasy. So now, because we have the diagram created, we can now go inside the project and show you how exactly I've built it. First, as we're talking inside the diagram, we have the MCP, where we have a few commands. And if we go here up, we can see all the tools that we have created. They're actually tools and not commands. One of them is learn set topic, because every time when we want to learn something and use the Claude Code for that, we want to be on a topic So we set the topic before starting learning that specific. Then we want to log the question, right? We want to log the answer, and we want to mark it as done. So for example, when we have finished learning a topic, then we want to mark it as done and go to the next topic. And on top of that, if we want to ask something Claude Code about our progress inside our dashboard, we need to have a get progress tool for that. So Claude Code can see what has been finished and then what has to still be done. And then as well, he can get a curriculum so that he can see everything that we have to learn. And then on top of that, we also have a learn search, where basically it searches across all questions and answers and notes that we have created so far inside this dashboard. I think it's easy peasy what has been created here. On top of that, we have a few functions to create the server. I will not go through this one. We also have here, as you can see, documentation. By the way, you will have all the project in the description, so you can also clone it and do it yourself, or just take it as an inspiration for maybe a Java project, or if you want to learn another topic or another programming language, or maybe marketing or anything else. Then here we have the curriculum. Curriculum is just a file with all the phases and curriculums that has been defined. So for example, we have phase 1 where we learn Go fundamentals. We have phase 2 where we learn design patterns and solid principles. And then we have networking Go, production Go, and that's it for this dashboard. Then we have the database. Here we have all the schema for our database. If we go here, we can see that we are using SQLite. The reason because of that, it's because I don't want to have an infrastructure inside my local machine. I just want to have an SQL database or SQLite database spawn up when I want to start this project. I want to be as easy as possible because I'm not gonna put it in production or anything like that. It's just gonna be in my local machine. So here we have the schema with the tables that we need, topics, phases, and so on. Here we have the database where we have some types from the schema. We also have different things like a function where it creates the new SQLite and so on. It has all the list phases. So we have everything that has to go from the database to our, let's say, dashboard when we fetch the phases, for example, or topics or notes or anything like that. Then we have a test because I wanted to also test it and tell Claude Code to write some tests because I don't want to go and use it and then see that it's not working. So every time when I'm building something, I'm usually doing with TDD, test-driven development. And if you want to know more about test-driven development, probably I'm gonna do a video on that soon. Then as a last thing, we also have the dashboard where we have basically a simple HTML file with everything defined for our dashboard. And then we also have a JavaScript where basically we define the API, we render sidebar and other things. So it's simple as that, some style, and I think we are good to go. Now, on top of that, if I actually open the terminal, then I will just say Cloud dangerous skip permissions. We can see here, if we type MCP, that we have this Golang MCP that we have created inside this project, and it's actually hooked to this project Golang. If we actually go also here inside Cloud, and if we go to rules, we can see that it says something that this project is a Go learning tracker. We have a few rules that it has to log the question, it has to answer the question, it has to log the answer, and so on. So he's actually been taught to, for example, when I ask, let's say I want to ask, what is the next topic we need to learn? So you can see it actually calls the MCP, get progress, get curriculum. Your current topic generic is still marked as in progress, so you have completed one topic. What are generics? If we ask this question, basically it will actually log the question and then it has to log the answer, right? So as you can see, it actually logged the question and then it answers our question with a few details about generics. And then it also knows that we're coming from a Java background, and then it logs the answer. And when I talked about the ID, Here we can see that we have the ID of the question 53, and it was instructed to log the answer to the same question ID 53. If we go back, this is our dashboard, which is actually running on the 19281 port. If we go here, we can see our progress. We have only one topic out of 36 that are actually done. As you can see here, we have generics in progress. We have all the questions that I have logged so far because I was actually learning generics before that. We can see that they are actually pretty nice, defined, and we also have code blocks from the markdown style. So everything is actually nice defined, so we can see it, read it, and also if we press Command and K, we can search for a question. So basically, if we want to search for something like error, then we can see all the questions and answers that has been logged so far that have error inside. So I think a takeaway for this video are two things. One is that the MCP is not just a coding tool. You can use it for different things, like you can create MCPs for you to help you to learn the new topic or any other nice ideas. Then the coding part or the Claude Code part, where you want to use Claude Code for coding tasks. You can also use it to learn something. You can also use it to brainstorm something. It's not just to get work done and that's it. So with that, you can still learn new things, also using LLM in general. So if you like this video, please share it, leave a subscribe, leave a like, and see you next time. Bye.